Welcome back to Catholics for Israel. I am Dr. André Villeneuve, and today we continue our fascinating interview with Ihab Shlayan, Lieutenant Colonel, a reservist in the IDF, and he is going to share more with us about this statement of the patriarchs and heads of churches that we discussed last time. Ihab, welcome back.
Thanks, Andre. God bless you. How are you?
All right, great. You ready for this?
Ready.
All right. Well, last time we just started talking about Christian Zionism, and I asked you, what do you think about Christian Zionism? And do you want to, for the sake of our listeners, do you want to summarize again really quickly what you said about Christian Zionism? And then I'd like to ask why the patriarchs view it as a damaging ideology. Why are they so concerned about Christian Zionism, and what exactly do they mean by that? What is so damaging? Last time you told us about the work you're doing with the Christian Voice. So what are they so concerned about?
Look, I understand the patriarchs and the clergy and the head of the churches. They want to show to show the world that the Christian community here, they are separated. They are like the UN, United Nations. They are not with this side or this side. They want to live peacefully, and that's it. But standing like this and being like a sheep, and all the time living, with the pressure against you. And they use us all the time. When I'm telling you who's using us, all the Arab nationality, those are using the Christian community. Because as you see, if you tell me that the Christians are living peacefully in the Middle East, let's look at the Christian community. Do you think they are living there, or there are a lot of migration of the Christian community? So as you see and understand, they are the patriarchs, and this statement, they don't want to be part of the Israeli Zionism because they see that all the world, or the Arab world, are against them. So when you show that those individual Christians are using the Christian community or taking the Christian community to be part of the Israeli state, then those Christian clergy, head of the church, they cannot visit Jordan, West Bank, Gaza, because they will be threatened by the October 7, or those who are big boss, I call them all the time, in charge of the area. So this is what I'm thinking. And about the Zionism, let's talk about the Zionism. Those who are against the Zionism, first of all, tell me what the meaning of Zionism.
Right.
As well, tell me what the meaning of Arabs. Who's
right.
Arabs? The Christian who immigrate from the West, from the East, and now you are seeing Christian in the USA living there. You are calling them Arabs, or you are calling them Christian American citizen? You are calling them American citizen, because I have a lot of friends in the USA from the Condemning Association, and they say to me, here in USA, we are Christian, we are American, Chaldean community. It's okay, but when you call them Chaldean, they are Christian. But here in Israel, you just want to call us Arabs. Yeah. Why that? Because you want to show to the world that we are not believing in Israeli state, we are not Zionism, we are a part of the Palestinian state or Palestinian Authority, what you call them. So I'm saying them to the Christian world, you need to hear my voice. Yeah. I'm speaking on behalf of the Christian community, of the major of the Christian community. We are part of the Israeli state. We want to live here in Israel. And I'm telling you, if you ask the Christian in Syria and also the West Bank, they will say to you, please, we want to live under the authority of the Israeli state or under the authority of the Jewish state.
That's amazing.
So this is what I'm telling. Yes, this is the truth. But I tell you, this is a minority inside a minority. They won't accept my idea. You know why? Because I told you, when I talk about our 5 requests, when those Christians don't understand or not learning about the Christian history and about Jesus that he was a Jewish, and they are just learning about the history of the Arabs and the Muslim occupation, and they say they are free us from the Crusaders and they free us from the Byzantine Empire.
Crusaders.
The Christian. I don't think so. So this is the reason. So those indoor minority, when you start give us to learn about the Christian history, or you can take them to Syria to live only 2 days, they will say to you, we are Zionism, give us back to be in Israel back.
Christians in Syria would be in favor of Zionism. Is that what you're saying?
I'm telling you, Christians in Syria, I'm supporting them and help them. I don't want to talk on behalf of them because you know who's there.
Yes,
and all the extreme radical,
of course,
all the threats on there.
Yeah.
But I'm supporting them and help them and give them.
Yeah.
They tell me, Ihab, we just wish that the Israeli state will take our villages and we want to be part of the Israeli state.
Wow.
They
Wow.
send me a lot of message, now with the media and the WhatsApp and Telegram, you can get message from all the world.
Sure, sure. So once again, I want to press in on this. So why would the patriarchs say that Christian Zionism is a damaging ideology, or that you're advancing a damaging ideology such as Christian Zionism? I know you've presented your perspective, but what do they mean by that? What kind of damaging ideology do they think you're spreading, and why Christian Zionism?
I'm looking at what they say. I think in two parts. One of them, they afraid that the PA and the Jordanian Authority, because I say it in the last part, I tell you,
Yeah.
who is in charge of all the holy site in Jerusalem
Yeah.
are the patriarchs then, all our patriarchs. And Jerusalem Patriarchs, they are in charge of the Christian community also in Jordan.
Yeah.
So those patriarchs, or the head of the churches, I understand them. When they go to Jordan,
Yeah.
what will happen to them?
For their own security.
They
you mean?
will, for their own security.
Yeah.
When you go now, if you one of the bishops who will say, we support Israel, we are Zionism, what do you think will happen to him?
Of course,
Do
they
you
can't.
think that he can walk freely
Yeah.
on the PA streets or on Bethlehem street?
Right.
I'm telling you, it's better for the head of the churches to be taking no action,
Yeah.
just sit in the chair
Yeah.
and say okay to everybody.
Mhm.
When the president call us for holiday or something like that, that you come and visit, and after that you can say, no, we just they call us for the holidays and that's it, but we are not part of the Israeli.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, you are living here free.
Right.
You are praying freely. But I'm asking them, you can live here if the Israeli state's not here. I'm telling you,
Right.
it won't happen.
Right. Sure.
So they're afraid. So this is the first part. And the second thing, I'm telling you, it's better for them to keep like this way. They say, okay, you know what? I don't want any problem. The Jewish won't attack me. The Israeli government won't attack me. It's a democratic state, no?
Yeah.
So when the patriarch, and I'm asking you now,
Yeah.
if this is statement, they publish it, nobody signed on it, yes?
Yeah.
But if this is statement, what do you think the Israeli government did? Somebody being called the patriarch and ask him, why you publish this statement? Nobody talked to him.
No.
Because for them, we are a democratic state.
Yeah.
But if the patriarch will say, we support those Zionism individual Christian community, or we are supporting the Israeli Christian voice, what do you think will happen? You understand that
There can be some real dangers. Yeah. So what you're saying,
that's right.
It sounds to me what you're saying is that there's not a problem to criticize Israel or to say Zionism is a damaging ideology. Nothing is going to happen if you say that. But if you do say that Zionism is a good thing, then you may really endanger yourself. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. Because meanwhile, as you see in all the world, the meaning of the word Zionism is against the Arabs. So I'm telling you also, the Arabs won't say they are against the Jewish, because then they will say, if they are against the Jewish, they're also against the Christian and other religions. So they are trying to use the word Zionism just to attack the Israeli state. But I'm telling you, when you say Zionism, they are against also the Jewish. This is what the world are talking. There's no difference between Zionism and Jewish for those Arabs who are against, not Arabs. I think there's also a radical left side in the Western Christian world that are against Jewish and against the Israeli state. I'm just telling them, come here and visit Israel. We will take you, I will take you for a visit in Bethlehem. And if you want that, I will take you also to Syria and ask the Christians there, what do you think about you? And what do you think about their future also?
Yeah. You said something that's important, is that many people think that Zionism is to be against the Arabs or against the Palestinians or even against the Christians. And we know that's not true. It's a straw man, right? It's a caricature of Zionism. Zionism just says that, yes, Jews have a special connection to the land that they receive from God, but there is room for others. And I think, except for the most extreme Zionist Jews, I think most Jews would agree with that there is room for the others in the land. As we know, we have 1 million Arabs and we have the Israeli Christians. And so that's really a straw man that is propagated. And that's unfortunate, because for me personally, having lived in Israel, Zionism was always a positive force. I always felt welcome, even though I'm not a Jew and I was an outspoken Christian and a Catholic. I always felt welcome. So it's too bad that Zionism is demonized like that for political purposes, because the problem is Many Christians think that the patriarchs and heads of churches made a strong theological statement saying that Zionism is a heresy, it's incompatible with the Christian faith, everything is fulfilled in Christ, and therefore there's no need for an Israel at all anymore. What would you say to that, to this kind of theological dimension? Because it sounds to me like the statement of the patriarchs is very pragmatic, it's political, it's prudential, but everyone in the Catholic world, all the anti-Semites and the supersessionists, that's because Israel is fulfilled in Jesus and we just don't need Israel anymore.
When you ask who was now glad and happy when they saw the statement being published, Al Jazeera media
Al Jazeera
is the first one who start publishing the statement.
Right.
All those media who against Israel start publishing the statement. I'm calling Al Jazeera and all those media who start publishing about the statement against Israel, or the statement, I don't want to say against Israel because the statement, they say that they are against that Zionism.
Yeah.
I don't care what about the statement is, but I'm telling you, why are you not publishing about what happened to the Christian community in the Middle East and in Nigeria?
Right.
So show us, let's take the difference between the Zionism and all what happened with the extreme radical Islams that attack the not only the Christian, I'm telling you, they're all Muslims who are living also, they want to live freely, they are being attacked from those radical ISIS as the same. So why you are not talking against those ISIS and those who call themselves against the religious, and you are attacking the Zionism? Because they don't want to say the word Jewish. They want to show themselves that they are good citizens and they are not against the religious. So I'm telling you, first of all, as I said before, I believe in the church. I respect the patriarch and the head of the churches. I am loyal to our clergy, but I don't see any contradiction between the faith, the church, and the civic action.
Right.
So if they are calling the Zionism, for me, if you call them the Zionism, it's like the civic action. So for me, as a Christian life, is the whole thing that we have a spirit, mind, and body, and all the three must work together. As the spirit is our faith, nurtured by the church.
Yeah.
The mind is our considered as a responsibility.
Yeah.
And the body is the action. So, okay, I'm telling you, my body belongs to the Zionism, you want to say, but we live here. We're being protected.
Yeah.
We are responsibility about our society. So let's keep on. I want to be Zionism if it is bad for them. But I'm telling you all the time, I'm not against the church. I'm not against the patriarchs. I'm not against the clergy.
Right.
I will respect them.
Right.
And I understand the reason why they are all the time sending statements like this, because they're afraid that the Christian community will be attacked by an extremist, radical, you know what?
Yeah.
The other word.
Sure. Yeah. So it sounds once again that this statement is actually not theological. Contrary to what all the Catholic commentators have been saying, it's very pragmatic and it's a matter of safety really for the Christians in the Middle East. It's not really a matter of rejecting Israel's place in God's plan of salvation.
That's right. This is what I believe in. If let's say those patriarchs or the head of the churches, if they don't live here safely, why are they still living here?
Yeah.
Why are they here? If they've seen that Israel is not good, okay, you can take all your offices or places, live in a PA or a Jordanian. That should not be here, because you all the time seeing that we are being attacked. The main extreme Orthodox Jews are spitting on our clergy. So why you are staying here? You can immigrate from here. You can go another place.
Right.
Let's go to Gaza now. To the Christian living in Gaza. You wanted to ask me about the Christian in Gaza.
Yes, I will.
I'm telling you, the Christian there, they are suffered from home. Before October 7.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm with contact with the clergy there and the Christian citizen. They are saying to me, Ihab, we are forbidden to take wine to the church. Because the Jihad Islami say, we don't use wine. You can take juice. You can just don't give us wine. We don't want to see alcohol inside the churches. So this is what they are suffering there, because the extreme radical Islam, they are being attacked the Christian community. Israel give the land, give Gaza to the Palestinian. What happened to the Christian community there? What, the Israeli occupation killed them? So I'm telling you, when Israel was there in Gaza, I'm telling you, there was 12,000 Christian in Gaza. Before October 7, there was only 5,000, and now there are maybe 700. That's it. This is a Christian. So before October 7, the Christian community, they suffered from the radical Islam, those who don't believe in other religions.
Yeah.
When they start killing Jewish in the settlement next to the border, and I'm telling you, all the settlement there, Be'eri, for example, they believe in peace.
Yeah.
All of them, they say they was against Benjamin Netanyahu. They say they want him to live in peace. They were the worker from Gaza working the settlement in Be'eri because I was in the army. And I know what I'm telling you. So who attacked those settlements? Those workers.
Yes.
Those workers rape girls, kill them. So what do you want me to say?
You mean the workers from Gaza who came to Israel to work?
Yes, those workers, they, not all of them, but most of the workers, they help those Hamas to get inside the settlement.
Yeah.
Who know all the places, how they get all the information.
Yeah.
So the Be'eri, for example, as I say to you, they think they can live safely. They want peace. They say all the time, let us live with peace with Gaza, live with peace with the Palestinian. Look what happened. When you show the other side that you are like a sheep and you are walking like a sheep and you live like a sheep, this is what the wolf will do to you.
Yeah.
In the wide world east, you need to be strong. If you want to be strong, there won't be peace.
Yeah.
Look now what happened with the President Trump. He didn't say I came with peace. First of all, he came in attack.
Yeah.
In the attack, he said, I will attack you if you want to go with us. So this is the wild world east. We need to do that.
I want to come back to Gaza a little bit later in a few minutes, but first I want to really look carefully at this statement from the patriarchs again. So how would you respond to the claim that your activities, quote, mislead the public, sow confusion, and harm the unity of our flock? Do you think that's a fair critique or not?
Okay, let's answer this question. If I'm leading them or misleading them, so tell me now, why the Christian community now in Nazareth is only 22%?
Yeah.
And I'm asking them, tell me why you cannot see Christian in the churches.
Yeah.
Why you cannot see Christian in high position or represented in the Israeli Institute? Why now the Christian in Bethlehem, they want to go inside Israel to work here in Israel, you have nobody, no address to help them. So now tell me, what is the meaning of mislead? Mislead is being to protect the Christian community to live here safely.
Right.
Mislead is to give the opportunity for the Christian to get equality with work, employment, and scholarship.
Right.
You telling me mislead to give them to learn about the Christian history is called mislead? To establish or build a memorial site for Christian fallen soldiers and pray for them. The Christian pray. You telling me this is mislead? So give me your answer. Answer to me the 5 requests. Where are you calling me with those 5 requests? I mislead the community.
Yeah, because from the statement, it sounds like you're kind of teaching some heresies or something, but it doesn't sound like you're doing any Christian teaching at all. You want to have a good Christian education. You want to take care of the Christians. And I like a lot what you said earlier about the body, the soul, and the spirit. And that seems to be very normal in most countries in the world, right? You have the clergy, you have the bishops and priests who do the spiritual aspect, but then you have Catholic organizations or Christian organizations who are pro-life, or they take care of education and hospitals. And it's not like you have a priest who has to manage everything. So it seems very strange to me that they would criticize your work, but you're saying you're not intruding on their pastoral work. You're not acting as a competition to the pastors, are you?
Say to you, I respect the patriarch and the churches. I pray in the church because I want to protect them. Yeah. I want to protect our clergy. I want to support them. I want to help them. Yeah. I want the citizen and I want the Christian community to go back to the church and start praying. But meanwhile, because they're Christian, they don't know about their history. They don't learn about the religious. They won't go to the churches. So this is what I'm doing. Yeah. I wanted to give you the Christian community to go back to the church. Mm-hmm. As Donald Trump, the president, what he say? They want the citizen to go back to the churches to take their Bible and start reading. Yeah. Meanwhile, the Christian community, they don't have time to go to the church because they don't have work. The Christian, they don't take with their hand the Bible because they're afraid to take the Bible in their hand and walk in the street. So what are you taking? What are you talking about? You're saying that this is, I am against you. We are together. I want to keep working as a civic association to support the Christian. And when I say to the patriarchs and all the head of the churches, for me, there is no different from Christian who speak Arabic or Christian from the Commonwealth or all those to whole Christian nation. So what the problem? Meanwhile, here, the discrimination that we got also from the Israeli government, I want to say that. Meanwhile, we are separated from the Christian world. Why are we are Christian, separated from the Christian world? And here I'm asking also the patriarch and the bishop, before the year of 2000, when the patriarch can go to the president or the prime minister and say to him, I want this and this and this and this. He'll say, yes, sir. Your Excellency, yes, we'll give you whatever you want.
Yeah.
Now I'm asking those bishops, you can do it now? Nobody's seen you, because all the Christian world are looking to Israel, they're supporting Israel, and they are looking at us as a Christian community that we are not here. The Christian community are disappeared from the area. They are thinking about us that we are with the Arabs movement, with the Arabs Palestinian case. We are not with them. We support them. We want peace, that for sure. But give us the right to be recognized as a Christian community. So now tell me what I'm doing. If something I did that is not great, okay. They tell me, Ihab, you are encouraging Christian to enlist to the army. That's true? So this is the problem. This is the problem between me and the church. So I'm asking the church, when Christian in Jordan and the PA want to join to the army or the security, you will say to him, don't go. You won't say that. You will say to them, okay, you can decide alone. So give us the right to decide. I don't want them to go to the army. Go to the army, or the Israel government want to take all the Christians to the army. No, they won't do it. But I'm telling them, give them the rights for the Christian community to live here safely and to decide for themselves, the society, how they want to live.
Sure.
But their way, being with the case, with the PA case, and with all the Arab nationality, they are against the Christian community also, not against also the Zionism.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you're trying to promote patriotism, it sounds to me. You want the Christians in Israel to love their country. And as we said before, every country has its problems and you have to deal with those problems. But you want to integrate the Christians into Israeli society. And I find, to me, that's a breath of fresh air, because when I was there, which I left in 2012, the Christians were very influenced by Islamist points of view of just always seeing Israel as the enemy, no matter what they did. And it create really some bad vibes between the Christians and Israel. But it sounds like you're doing some great work in that respect. And it does not sound like you're competing with the pastoral ministry of the patriarchs, as you said. So
That's right.
Mm-hmm. They also accuse you of that your actions constitute interference in the internal life of the churches and disregard the pastoral responsibility vested in the patriarchs and heads of churches in Jerusalem. So it sounds to me that, is there any foundation for that type of accusation? Again, it's very vague, so...
Well, it's a big question. What I'm doing, this is my course. I believe in Jesus. So what are you telling me? Right. I encourage the Christian to go to start praying in the churches. Every Sunday, you'll see me in the Orthodox church, and every Friday, you will see me in an Angelic church in Haifa. So I'm encouraging the Christian to go to the church. I encourage the Christian to read the Bible. And I'm telling you, when the Christians start reading the Bible, they will know the truth about themselves. Yeah. Then they will recognize, okay, we are, as a Christian community, and not what they're thinking about. So I'm telling you, I'm not misleading the Christian community. I'm not against the church. I'm telling you, I will support all the Christian clergy. And I'm telling you, even if there any bishop will say something against me, as Jesus say, we need to forgive them. I forgive them, and I will help them. I will support them. I'm not against anybody, but give us the time to live here in Israel safety, because meanwhile, the citizens are forbidden from the basic thing that he can do here in Israel when we are suffering here. I'm telling you, not me, but I'm talking about all the majority of the Christian community. They don't think there will be future for them. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying that also to the head of the churches. This is the time that you need to wake up also.
Yeah. Great. That's very helpful. Before we move on to the last part of our interview, do you have any words of reassurance to the patriarchs and heads of churches, which I think you've already said, but is there anything else you'd add about the declaration, either for our audience who's going to view this video or to the patriarchs and heads of churches?
The patriarch and the head of the churches, I'm saying to them, just please look on the eyes of the Christian community in the West Bank, in Gaza, in Israel, in Syria. Don't be afraid. I don't want you to start talking clearly, or let's say by the media, or start talking that we are with Israelis, we are defensive, that Zionism. Don't say that. But those statements, don't send them. Don't send those statements, because meanwhile who using them, those against the Christian and against also the Israel. So for me, the Israeli and the Christian is the same. But you know what? For me, or for my association, this statement is perfect. Now everybody now start understand there's Israeli Christian community. Now everybody start looking on the Facebook, Instagram, all the media, and start looking what we are publishing, and you are seeing all the commitment that they are sending our message, or who's writing with us. And you will know, you can translate, if they write for Arabic, you can translate, and you will see how the majority of the Christian community are going with our way. But when I'm saying to you with our way, it's not the meaning that we are against the church. It's not. We respect the church, but we want to help the body to still living, and the spirit, we will give it to the church.
That's very helpful. Great. Thank you. Ihab, the last part of, so what we did, we start with an introduction in our last episode, with an introduction of you and your life. Now we've been focusing on the statement of the patriarchs and heads of churches. And now I'd like to conclude with the last part of our interview on the life of Christians in Israel, which already you've said a lot. And so we talked about Zionism. We talked about the accusation that Israel is persecuting Christians, and you've already said some things about that. Is there anything you want to add to that about the life of Christians in Israel, how you're able to live in a Jewish state, a state that is Jewish and democratic? You sing Hatikvah, for example, the national anthem of Israel.
When I was in the army and they tell me, Ihab, how you say the Tikva? I'm telling them, you know what? When we say in the Tikva, 2000, the history of 2000, what I'm telling them? Jesus Christ, 2000 before, remember he was a Jewish. Then you will understand that the Tikva, it's not against us and not against the Christian community. So when I say the Tikva, I say it loudly, and I wanted everybody to see that I say the Tikva. I have no problem with that, because Jesus was Jewish.
Yeah.
So, so what the problem with that?
Yeah. Yeah, and generally things go better when you love people, right? Whether you're with Jews or Muslims, when you say, I love the state of Israel, it's not perfect, but I love you as my Jewish brothers and sisters, and you want to defend your country from terrorists, that's going to win you better favor, right? Living in Israel as Christians, as to go around and always criticizing and making false accusations against the country in which you live.
That's right. I think it's the statement also helped some of the members of the Knesset, the right one, who say all the time, look at those Christians are against us. Why do we need to support us? Why we need to give them the 5 requests they needed? So I'm telling you also here, as you ask me, how as Israeli Christian can live here. If I talk about myself, I work with a cyber company. I still do research. I have family. I live safely. It's okay. But I'm looking all the time about all my friends, all my neighbors. They're still suffering because they don't get and everything. They need all those requests. They want, to be represented here in Israel. They want to hear the Christian word saying there are Christian community here in Israel. They want to feel that somebody support them. So why you don't hear about all those voices saying as the same as my voice?
Sure.
Because they don't see any change happening. Yeah. And I'm telling you, from 2012, when I established the recruitment form, till now, what's something from those 5 requests? Nothing happened. Even the memorial site for those bereaved family, they are still calling me, Ihab, what about our memorial site for our sons and daughters who died? What I can say to them?
Yeah.
And they don't hear that the Christian world starts saying any word about those Christian community all the time, listening to all the Christian organization. They are also all the time they are saying the Israeli state and the Jewish, and what about the Jews in Syria? So why you are not talking about the Christian community here? So believe me, when the Christian youth start listening to the media and seeing that somebody start talking about the Christian community, and they will see that we're something, they will support us, and they will see one of those 5 requests being achieved, you will hear the other voices of the Christian community. But meanwhile, I'm telling you, from 2012 till now, nothing happened. We are still waiting, and I hope that we can change it.
Yeah, everything is difficult in Israel. Huh? Everything is
Yeah, that's
like
right.
pulling teeth. Yeah, I remember that. I miss the country a lot, but that part I don't miss so much.
Yeah, yeah. I understand. Well, we need to optimistic all the time. We need to be
Yeah,
optimistic.
yeah. Okay, so we talked about the life of Christians in Israel. I had a question: how does it compare with the life of Christians living under the Palestinian Authority? I think you kind of started answering that. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Look, they are suffering there. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I got a lot of messages from Christian from there. They're saying to me, we don't have food, we don't have work. Now I'm telling you, do you think there's a place that belong to the Christian in the West Bank? Any business places belong to the Christian? I don't believe there is.
Yeah.
Maybe one restaurant or two restaurants. I'm telling you, all the restaurants are not for the Christian because there where there's no security, the bad guys will take the money from the good guys.
Yeah.
So who is the good guys? The Christian community. We are not violent. We don't have any weapon to defend ourselves.
Yeah.
So now, if you go to put Gaza aside. Meanwhile, let's go to Bethlehem or to the Christian community there. I'm telling you, they are suffering. They don't have money. They don't have work. And I'm telling you, the majority of them, they want to migrate from them. And if you ask them, they will tell you, please, we want to live in Israel. I'm telling you. But they don't talk it in publicly.
Yeah.
Because you know what will happen
Sure.
in the PA security, what will do. So
Yeah.
I'm not against the PA security because I'm telling you, in last Christmas, it's in December, one of the sheikh in the university, they start saying bad words against Christian, bad things about those Muslims who celebrate with the Christian, bad thing about the Christmas tree. And he also say, we need to burn all the Christmas tree in the West Bank. The PA in the night, they arrest him. After 4 hours, they arrest him. So I don't say a word against the Palestinian Authority. And I'm telling you also the Jordanian also. And the Jordanian there, and he said that they want to burn the Christmas tree. And the security of the Jordanian, they arrest them. So I'm telling you, Christian can live in a place there was security. But still, in the West Bank, there's a gang. There's, the radical Islam still there. And there's no control there. So the Christian community, they are suffering. They want to go out from there. They want to migrate, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You can see all the messages. You can go to Israeli Christian there, and all the comments and all the messages I get. You will see that they are asking for help. They want to work here in Israel.
Christians in the West Bank are commenting on your page and asking for help, you're saying?
Yes. And this
Okay.
is what I say to Mike Huckabee. And after I say that to Mike Huckabee, to ambassador, and I publish it, then I start, seeing all statement or something like this.
Yeah.
They don't want to talk about it. I think they are afraid.
They're afraid.
That the PA will arrest the Christian from there.
Right. Ihab, this is fantastic. I have the last couple of questions regarding the situation in the lands, and then I want to give you a last chance to speak to our listeners and to our viewers. We can't have a conversation with you being a lieutenant colonel in the IDF without talking about Gaza. Accusations have been going around all over the world. Israel has committed genocide in Gaza, ethnic cleansing. They even accuse the IDF of intentionally shooting the church. Is it the Holy Family Church that was struck? You have some experience on the ground there. What can you tell us?
André, I wasn't on board there. I was inside Gaza. I met the Christian community also in the churches.
Yeah.
I helped the Holy Church and give them supply. And also the Orthodox Church, Peripherous Church, I give them supply. I'm telling you, war is war.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm asking you now. When the Russian attacked Ukraine, nobody say any word that the Russian being attacked churches there in Ukraine or etc. The Ukrainian attacked churches or destroyed churches. This is happened. This is war. But I'm telling you, this is not the tank who shot next to the church. He didn't want to get the church. I'm telling you that. I have all the document. I know everything what happened there. This is not the Christian, not the soldiers want to kill Christian. And I'm telling you, we didn't attack. I'm saying to you, not the IDF, because I wasn't the IDF.
Yeah.
We didn't attack the church. This is what mistake in words mistake happened. What do you want to say? What do you want me to say? See all the terrorism, all they are inside houses, they're next to the churches. They
Yeah.
put their missiles next to the churches, next to the building. So what do you think will happen in this war? There's no genocide in Gaza, I'm telling you. Now they are getting full supply. I'm asking to the world, please give this supply and aid to the Syrian, to the Christian village, and to the Druze village. Give them. As what Israel doing now. I was there and I saw in my eyes. So there's no genocide. We didn't started the war. October 7th started by the civilian and also Hamas and the Jihad Islami as well.
Right.
So this is war. This is they didn't want the war. As you know, Benjamin Netanyahu all the time they give them money, they give them the time. Do whatever you want. Just leave us alone. So leave us alone. In the wide west, you cannot do it. You need to be strong. So if we won't be strong, also on the West Bank, we will see October 7th, also from the West Bank.
Wow. So you're saying the IDF does not intentionally target civilians in situations of war?
No. Mm-hmm. No, but war. But it's war. When you fight, I'm telling you. But my soldiers, I got the battalion there at the war. When my soldiers at night seeing something moving on, what can you do? They're afraid. They see, okay, you know what happened with the terrorists? They are coming from tunnels. They're shooting you. They kidnap you. So what do you want me to do? This is war. This is war. What to do?
Yeah, it's a tragic reality. You mentioned just something shocking. You said the West Bank, the next October 7th would come from the West Bank. That was actually my final question. What is going on in the West Bank? And there are also many accusations that it sounds, if you listen to some media, that it's full of crazy settlers who are attacking Palestinians all the time. And it sounds like the settlers are the problems in the West Bank. So what's your perspective on what's going on in the West Bank?
So I'm telling you now, I don't, I'm not supporting those settlement, what they are doing to the Palestinian and also to the Christian village. I'm not with them. I'm against that, what they're doing. But I'm telling you, if you will take those settlements from the West Bank, it will happen the same as Gaza. You saw what happened in Gaza. If you take off those settlements from the West Bank, you will see October 7th back. Why that? Because those citizens, unfortunately, I'm telling you, they are learning from radical sheikh, from radical education, that the Jewish are enemies and the Christian are enemies. We need to kill them. We need to do. This is a problem there. But still, I'm telling you, if you want to help those civilian or Palestinian civilian, you need to give them opportunity to work. But meanwhile, after October 7th, the Israeli government decide there won't be any worker from the Palestinian Authority or from the West Bank who can work in building and other works in Israel. I understand this decision, because they go back to what happened in Gaza with those settlements, with all those civilians from Gaza who goes to inside and settlement. Those was the first thing they start murdering people. So this is, I think, if we won't handle or give something to those citizens, you will see more of them radical. They will get money from the terrorism, and they will think that if they attack Israel or kill settlement, they will get money from the terrorism. So I think in the West Bank, we need to do something there. I don't know what, I'm telling you. I don't care, excuse me for that, because I care of the Christian community. This is what I'm doing. So in this stage, I'm telling the government that I want to support the Christian community. I handle the others because I think there's somebody are helping them, support them, but the Christian community there, nobody are asking about them. And I'm asking, as I asked the ambassador to support and help them, I told them that I wanted the Christian community there to start working in the churches in Israel and all the hotels that belong to the church. So I hope this will happen. Meanwhile, the Christian there are suffering, and the majority of the Christian in the West Bank, they're asking me if there's any way they can immigrate from here and to go to the Ben Gurion airport and go out, and they don't want to stay here. They want to go abroad and not keep living in the West Bank. It's tragic, but still, I'm telling you, André, I think it's a real problem, because when you give those citizens to start working here in Israel, what you can see, another attack, and another those citizens who work from Gaza, those attack on settlers, So this is a really a problem for Israel to decide what they can do with the Palestinian authorities, or what we can do with those citizens. Still, what I'm telling you, those settlements, we need to stop them, to stop attacking. They are doing a bad, terrible things. I'm telling you, also Christian from villages there are sending me message and sending me photos that they are burning their cars also. And, they are start writing bad things against Jesus, bad things about the Palestinians. So I'm urged the IDF to take action and to stop them. And still, I'm telling you, the bases still needed them there. And I don't encourage the IDF or the settlement to take them out from there, because, as I say, you will see the October 7 back from the West Bank.
Yeah, they're extremists everywhere, and they truly are a problem, but they're not necessarily representative of the whole population, right, of all Israelis.
That's right, that's right.
Right. Great. Ihab, this has been very enlightening. It's been a fantastic conversation. Is there anything else you'd like to add? And finally, how can we find you? How can we help you? And how can we stay connected with your work?
You can enter the Instagram. It's called the Israeli Christian Voice, and the Facebook and TikTok are the same. I'm working with a full organization. I have assessment for every media. So you can see us, all the work we are publishing in the Facebook and the Instagram. And then the other thing, how you can support us as a Christian from the Holy Word, I'm telling them. First, by listening to the local Christian, rejecting misinformation. Don't listen to Al Jazeera, believe me. Start supporting us. And how you can support us? For me, if you publish things about us, if you start talking about the Christian community, I encourage and urge the major organization, I'm telling you, that already are supporting Israel, so also to support us, to recognize us, to stand with us, and help us to be integrated and part of the society here in Israel. Because as you see, as you know also, I guess you know, that the major organization, or the big organization which called Christian United for Israel, COFI, they are full support Israel. So I'm asking them to just send a letter to the Israeli government and urge them to help us with our 5 requests to be part of here. Because nobody killed, nobody seen us. We are a quiet community. So this is what I'm asking for you. I'm asking as a favor. But I'm telling you, if you do it, I'm telling you it will be perfect for us as a Christian community. And just come visit us.
I'd be very glad to visit you on my next trip to Israel. Yeah, this is fantastic. We'll be sure to put all your contacts below the video, and ways by which people can reach out to you and help you. Once again, thank you for your time, for 2 fascinating videos, and we'll be sure to get the word out. And our prayers to you and our blessings upon you for all your work.
Thanks a lot, André. Nice to meet you.
Ma salame.
Bye-bye.
Shalom. Bye-bye.
Shalom, bye-bye.